Good morning. I'm filming this video for you bright and early. Kuba is at the beach working out, and so I have some time here to film my video. So yeah, I just woke up like a little while ago. Today I wanted to go through some of my favorite minimalist travel essentials. I'm gonna run through 10 of those for you. Since I've been traveling outside the States, these are the things that are most useful to me, and I like these items because they help me cut back on waste. So a lot of these things, they help you move towards the zero waste goal, which is very important to me. And that's one of the reasons why I like the minimalist lifestyle. If you shop with intention, that means you're just buying less things. You're gonna have less plastic packaging, less waste overall. And so it's just better for the environment in the long run, which makes sense because the less stuff you have, the less stuff you're gonna be buying and the less waste you're gonna be producing. Yeah, and I'm not including essentials like, your passport, a backpack, outlet adapter, things like that, because I think those are standard across the board. Like, everyone's gonna have those things. These are just valuable items to me when it comes to traveling as a nomad. So yeah, let's get into it. First thing that's essential to me, my phone. Now, you might think you don't necessarily need a phone to travel around. That is true, but for me, I do view it as essential. So I use T-Mobile, and if you're not familiar with that, it gives you unlimited data usage internationally. So they do have a list of which countries are included in that, but it's many of the countries that you will travel to. In every country that I've been in, I've had data, and what that means is that I'm able to use my phone, access Google Maps, Facebook, Instagram, whatever apps I need when I'm out and about, not with Wi-Fi. So I can use my phone anywhere just as I use it in the States. When you want to make a call, it's 20 cents a minute. Texting is free, and again, any of the data usage is free. It varies from country to country. Like, in some countries, you can only use 2G data, so it's going to be a little slower. But in the UK, I haven't had any issues. In traveling through Europe, I haven't had any issues. Croatia was a little sketchy with the phone reception, but I traveled to Madrid without having data on my phone, where I would just use Wi-Fi, and it was a little tricky to do that. So it just depends on you. I feel like I need to have data on my phone when I'm out and about. It just makes everything easier for me. I know where I'm going. I can check train schedules, things like that really easily. It's essential to me because you can do so much on the phone. Besides just like finding your way around and looking things up, you can take photos on it. So that's why I'm not including my other cameras on this list, because they're not really essential. If I have my phone, I can still take photos. Yeah, if you're an American looking to travel abroad, I strongly recommend switching your phone plan to T-Mobile. I pay $65 to $70 every month for my phone plan, and I've been outside the States now. It'll be 2 years in December, and I've just been using data every single day as I'm traveling, and no issues whatsoever. So yeah, look into that. So second item, my Fanny Pack. You see that? I actually got this in Poland last summer. The reason why I like the Fanny Pack as opposed to just a regular wallet or keeping something in my backpack is that I wear the Fanny Pack across my waist. I also have this little metal ring thing, and I put that on once I close it. This way, it's just an extra deterrent so someone can't just, unclip it and run away with my bag. This has 2 pockets. I put my phone and keys in the big pocket, and then in the little pocket on the back, I put like money and valuable things. And the reason why I like wearing this is that it keeps my phone and my money close to my body. I can see it at all times. When I'm walking in a busy area, I have my hands on it. This metal clasp, or this metal connector thing, you can also run that through these zippers, so it's an extra, it'll prevent anyone from, unzipping your fanny pack without you knowing. Since my phone got stolen out of my bag in Berlin, I'm hyper aware where my phone is at all times now. So I keep it in this fanny pack. And this is my purse, and I just wear it on my waist at all times. Very useful. And also, in the summer when it's hot out, I don't want to be wearing a bag on my back, so this I can just go out with my fanny pack on. Third travel essential to me, this is a big one, a rechargeable battery. So I can use this to charge my phone, my camera batteries, it has little USB ports here, and my laptop. This thing, it's a little heavy. Once fully charged, it takes several hours to fully charge it. It can charge my phone up to 10 times, my laptop once completely. I probably don't need one this big, but I just went for like the top of the line one. This was recommended by a friend of mine. I use it every day. I charge it once, maybe like once a week. And then I just charge my phone on there and I bring it with me when we're out vlogging so I can recharge my camera batteries, but very useful. And you don't have to get one this big, obviously. There's smaller ones you can get, but I recommend you have one no matter the size, because when you are out and about walking using your phone, especially if you're using data and like posting to Instagram or whatever, using Google Maps, that's going to eat up your phone's battery. So this actually happened to me when I was in Edinburgh for the first time. I didn't have a battery and I was out walking around and my phone died and I didn't know how to get back to my flat. So from that moment on, I was like, okay, I definitely need to bring a battery with me at all times. So highly recommend that. Fourth thing, absolutely essential to me no matter where I am. And this looks a little strange because I am steeping my cold brew coffee at the moment, but just a reusable cup with a straw, and the straw is here. Yeah, reusable cups and straws are essential to me because I want to cut back on waste. So if you like to get coffee out regularly or just at all, bring your own cup, because single-use cups for coffee they're so wasteful because you drink it and then in a matter of minutes it's in the bin, and many of them aren't recyclable because of the little plastic lining on the inside of the cup. It takes 200 years to break down a plastic straw. Say you don't want a straw or bring your own. Like this little reusable glass cup came with the straw, and I just keep the straw in my bag. And this cup I use every day here when I make my coffee. And if you're curious as to how I make my cold brew coffee, this is a nut milk bag, so it helps me strain out the coffee grinds. So I just put 2 tablespoons of ground coffee in this bag, put it into the cup, fill it up with cold water, and then I put the chopstick in to help me stir it, and I let it sit in the fridge overnight for approximately 12 hours before straining it and adding in a little bit of almond milk. Keep a cup in your bag, in your car, whatever, and just take it with you. And a lot of cafes even give you a tiny discount if you bring your own cup, so please do that. I always have a spoon with me in my bag. That's primarily for watermelon if I want to eat watermelon on the go. But it's important to have your own cutlery with you just in case you're eating out at a place and they only have plastic cutlery. So that's why I view, like a spoon as an essential travel item, because I don't want to use plastic single-use cutlery. I can just keep this in my bag. It doesn't take up any space, and then I don't have to use plastic cutlery. So I can cut back on waste that way. 6th item, another thing that helps me cut back on waste, a tote bag. We actually have 3 tote bags. And so we use these for our grocery shopping, for going to the fruit shop. If you keep a tote bag with you at all times, it'll cut down on the amount of plastic bags you use. So I always have a tote bag with me, if not 3. 7th item, I've mentioned this before in other videos, my moon cup. This is a travel essential. I'll show you what it looks like. This little cup, can you see it? This little thing will save you so much money and frustration. You don't have to buy tampons anymore or pads. It's reusable. I've had this for years now, and it's just a little cup that you use for your period. And all you do is it's like silicone or something. Fold it down like this, boom, and ready to go. Shove it in there, and then it opens up, and then you just forget about it for a few hours. You don't feel it at all either. But it's so useful because it's like I actually forget I'm on my period when I'm using this. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that it's for your period. I just assume people know what a moon cup is. But yeah, it's so useful, and it's like perfect for traveling because it takes up this much space that comes in a little bag. And that's it, and you just pop it in your bag, keep it with you at all times. You never have to worry about if you have tampons, if you're gonna run out or whatever. It's more hygienic, it's better for your body. No chemicals involved, it's reusable, better for the environment, so highly recommend a moon cup. When you are in your period, it's one less thing you have to worry about when you're traveling around. Almost done here, 3 more things. Travel essential for me is my Epilator. This is the Bronze Silk Epil 9. I bought this at Boots in Scotland. This is how I do hair removal. I don't use razors or shaving cream. So it's like waxing, but in your hand. It also comes with like a shaver trimmer adapter, and then this exfoliator head. It's easier hair removal than shaving. I don't have to buy single-use razors or shaving cream, stuff like that, so that's less waste. And it takes up less space. There's no water involved. I put everything in this little carrying case here. For me, it's a travel essential because I can't be bothered fussing around with razors and shaving and stuff like that. So yeah, highly recommend this as well. Travel essential, earplugs. If you're on an airplane, on a train, staying in a hostel, you're staying in another flat, whatever, earplugs are essential because they just help you sleep better. I use these almost every night. I alternate between earplugs and then listening to that white noise app that I've mentioned in my top 10 travel apps video. All right, and my last travel essential, something I didn't even think about before moving to Scotland. So this is a waterproof cover for your backpack. You can get them in various sizes. Kuba got me this one. If you have everything you own in your backpack and you're walking around and it starts to rain, all of your stuff's going to get wet. So this bag cover, all you do, it takes up no space at all. Put it in the side of my bag, it starts to rain, I pop it out, put it on top of my backpack, and then everything stays dry. Yeah, it's rainy like all the time in Scotland, so that's why they're essential there, but I have used it elsewhere and it's so helpful to keep your stuff dry. Those are my 10 favorite minimalist travel essentials. Yeah, I really think it's important to think about each and every item that you pack with you, that you're taking with you when you're traveling around, because I've seen people bring things like, you know, a hair dryer, a flat iron, this and that, whatever, all these shoes. And really you have to think, like, how often are you going to use those things when you're traveling, when you're going on like a 1 week or 2 week holiday? And everyone who's gone on a trip and come back, if you ask them about how much stuff they've packed, they will always say like, oh, I could have brought less. They're never gonna say, oh, I should have packed more. Just keep that in mind when you're packing. And like, all of these items are so useful to me, and that's why I continue to carry them around. And you know, everything that I carry with me, I have to carry on my back. So I have to think about every single thing I'm buying, and is it worth it to me to carry as I'm traveling around like this, and is it going to be useful to me? So just some things to consider. So what's something that you view as essential when you're traveling? Leave a comment down below and share that with me. But thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I am only going to be doing new videos every Wednesday. But please check out my blog. In the meantime, I'm updating that for you, putting some new content on there. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you next Wednesday. Thanks.